So welcome to episode 24 of Wagon Diaries, and I hope you enjoyed the grand reveal of the engine bay colour. Took a lot of people by surprise, others not so much. So another quick look over it. So here you can see I've already installed the brake booster and the 1-inch master cylinder off an MB6 I've half polished. It needs a bit of finishing off, but it's looking good. You can also see the wiper motor. The cover's been painted. I stripped it all down, painted it. Not the best paint in the world, but it certainly looks a lot better than it did. And I'm going to rewire it eventually to bring the plug inside here. Then I'll find a way to get the loom in there. Probably through there or something. I don't know. Other than that, there's not really been any progress since the last episode. I've tied up the garage a fair bit, you might notice. I was hauling a lot of rotten wooden cabinets for whatever reason, so binned them, burned them, which has left me with lots of space down there now and lots of space down here. So yeah, it looks like tidy now. Start walking into things. So in today's episode, I'm going to start prepping the engine. I'm going to strip it all down because it's out of an EG. It has a lot of bits on there that we don't need for an EF, so I'm going to strip it all down. Take the head off. Probably not in this episode, but we'll see. Crank pulley off, sump off, and then off this engine. I need the cylinder head off it because this is the one I rebuilt at the very start of the series, and it's probably had no more than 10 minutes running time on it, so I need to get that off in preparation to put on that one. There's no real need, but I don't know what condition that engine's in, and I know the head on that one's, you know, it doesn't smoke. It's the bottom end smokes because that engine needs rings, but the cylinder head is in fairly good condition, so we'll extract that. Plus the ARP head studs are in there, so they're essential when it comes to boost on a stock block. So I need to get them out, and as well as the oil pickup, because I believe maybe I'll find out when I strip that engine apart. I'll measure them up against each other, but as far as I'm aware, the A6 pickups are only suited to the A6 and A9 sumps, not the Z6 sumps. So obviously I've got to sort the sump over to fit the gearbox. So yeah, so that's it. I'm just going to mount up the engine stand thing, whatever you want to call it, the adapter, I don't fucking know, onto the engine, and then we're going to use a bit of ginger power to get it up on there, because I can't fucking lift that by myself. The engine finally on the stand, so let's start tearing this bad boy to pieces. it's quite clean under there, which I'm happy about. But not like we're going to use his head. We're going to use the head off that one, if you remember. It looks like this Z6 was twin carved at some point. A couple of studs that weren't needed were removed, etc. So yeah, I've torn it down. Got a few more bits to remove, and start to give it a nice deep clean. Water pump looks pretty new. Won't be feeling that. So that is as far as I can really progress tonight. Pretty much down to a bare long block. Cakes and shit that need to get cleaned off. Nice. Not putting that in that clean engine, but I'll tell you that right now. So I can't really do much more. I wanted to take the head off to inspect the condition of the cylinders, but then I realised I broke my breaker bar ages ago and I've not fixed it yet, so that'll have to wait until another day, which in your case is probably a jump cut to the next clip. So as promised, jump cut. Got a nice new end to the breaker bar, so let's get this cylinder head off and see what it looks like. So that's the cylinder head off. As I mentioned a minute ago, this engine had been running dual carbs, so obviously running a bit rich for a majority of its life. It certainly shows all this lovely carbonation. Luckily though, there's a nice clean piston under there. That's looking quite smart. So yeah, let's get it cleaned up. So that's the piston all cleaned up and decarbonised. Looking fantastic once again. I'll probably give them a clean up again before we start to give the final assembly. Still see the cross hatches in the cylinders. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is how easy it is to rotate it without much force. But as Bill said, Boost will fix that. We should get it all in this, so we're the engine's all inspected, I'm happy about it, so I'm going to start cleaning it up so it looks a bit more bling bling. bits. Nothing very exciting, unfortunately. But these are the clips that sit around the windscreen to hold the scuttle panel on. Very expensive clips as well. UK Honda dealers are a fucking rip-off. So the next thing to do is to strip that engine. The only thing I need off it currently is the oil pickup, because I'm not quite sure if the Z6s and the A6s pickups are the same. So I'm going to extract it anyway and put the Z6 sump back on there, because that sump's about fucked anyway. And then we'll measure up, see if they're the same. So in future I'll have to keep doing this, because up until now I've made the assumption that the oil pickups are different, which is why I keep changing every time I put an engine in this thing. So we'll see. So next thing to do is get up in the air, and extract the oil pickup. Mess outside, the head's off, ARP's extracted, sun's swapped over, oil pickup removed, gearbox off. I've got the cylinder head that I rebuilt at the very beginning of this series, in episode 1 or 2, and I put the engine back together. I literally rebuilt this head, which what led to episode 1 being filmed, and as you can see, it's in good shape. The wood beats it. Did run for more than 20 minutes, but very good. There was some oil on the cylinders in the block, so show you that. So I'm not sure if oil was leaking into the cylinders, because it was still burning quite a bit of oil when we had it running, but the head still looks in great shape, so I'm just going to continue with this and get it on that engine there. I've looked at both oil pickups side by side, and the A6 one is about 5mm shallower, so are the sumps, so A6 pickup it is. So another reason it took me so long to find the sump in good conditions, because all the sumps I could find for sale look like this. And this is the original sump off the original engine, or the engine swaps ago, and as you can see it's a bit worse for wear. So when I found this one in this condition, I jumped at it. So thanks Britain for salting your roads, because that's what happens to your sumps. So that's it for this episode of Wagon Diaries. Got the head there on the stand. We'll do some work on that during the week. Got the old block down there, the gearbox, and the new block we're building. Unfortunately I can't really carry on anymore today, so I lack some tools in order to properly torque down the ARP head studs. And obviously need to get some more ARP grease. A bit of a worrying thing when I was taking them out, a couple of pretty much hand tight, but when I installed them all that time ago, I did make the effort to torque each individual head stud down to, I think, was 18 newton meters of torque or 18 foot-pounds, based on the recommendation of somebody. So I might have to get some advice on that before I put them back in that block. So yeah, that's it for this episode. We're making progress. There's an engine bay prep, thank fuck. Engine bay still looking pretty smart. It's looking a bit more grey now, because when it first went on it looked had a green tint to it. So that's getting on. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Next episode will be, hopefully that'll be assembled, ready to drop in. Whether I'm going to drop it in or not, I don't know. I might wait until I've got a bit more cash to get some goodies for it, such as a light and flywheel and a clutch. Just the old clutch out of this, which is in that box down there, is going to go in the beta, because that needs a new clutch, and that's on about 5,000 miles. So that'll save me a few pennies by whacking that clutch in there, and then that way we can probably get a nice action stage 2 or stage 3 clutch or something for this. So yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers.